Alright, so the title's not clickbait. Not really sure what to do here. That's why I'm picking this option. I already tried peacefully resolving this. Sorry, I'm really tired because I haven't been able to sleep. I've been chewing on this for a couple of days. And no matter what, it keeps coming back around to this is the only answer. I'm going to talk about some numbers, and then it's going to talk like I'm bragging. I'm going to talk, and it's going to sound like I'm bragging myself up. This is for a reason. Don't think I'm full of myself or something like that, but I have to put all that stuff in place in order for you to understand why exactly I chose this course of action. Alright, so for this particular scope, it is 40 MOA from the center to the edge. So across the entire scope, we're looking at 80 MOA. It's about 1 inch per 1 MOA. So that's about 80 inches. 4 feet is 48 inches. Okay, so that makes sense, obviously. So what are we getting at with here? My target on the 100 challenge is roughly, because I've measured this, and I picked this particular set of targets. Now, the one I'm showing in the picture is actually the closer to targets, but that's the only time I actually had my scope cam on and I was aiming at the target. Those are closer than the ones I'm shooting. I am roughly 160 MOA from center of head to center of head, which is roughly 13 feet. You may be asking, 13 feet? Why exactly would you be shooting the challenge, which you said should only be 4 feet apart, at 13 feet? Which we're going to get to that. So, when I do the challenge, or the rules I had set, which if you're not familiar with the rules, this is it right here. I said it must be a minimum of 4 feet apart, which is this distance right here. I'm shooting at 13 feet, which is this distance right here, which is over 3 times farther than I'm having my viewers shoot. Again, you may be asking, like, what the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Well, this is where it's going to sound like I'm talking myself up, but I promise there's a reason for this. Before I even started YouTube, I shot a lot. I was a pretty crack shot. When I started YouTube, because it requires ammunition in order to make my videos, my ammunition's tax deductible, so I basically have unlimited ammunition, so I shoot way more than the average person. The rifle I had set up for that particular challenge, I dumped a lot of money into it. A shit ton. You're looking at about $2,000 right here. Something like $700 or $800 in the rifle, and then another $1,000 in the scope. I felt that gave me a very unfair advantage. So I've been sandbagging the 100 challenge the whole time. I left little clues out there, like if you go back and watch my videos, you can pick up on little things. I guess that's because of my ego or something. I just wanted to be able to do that for 2 different reasons. One, if somebody totally wiped me in the challenge, then I would actually shoot it at the regulation 4 feet at full speed, and I would, unless they're Jerry Mitchell or like somebody that shoots constantly, I'd wipe the floor with them. So if they made some video out there talking crap about me, I could just reshoot it for real and then be like, okay, what do you got to say now? Again, I think that had something to do with my ego. 2, I wanted to know exactly what time splits we should be looking at between shots. This way I'd know if somebody was cheating. That's also why I said you have to start filming at a blank target. Go back, set it up so I can see your gun, and then go back and show your hits. It's important because I wanted to be able to weed out a cheater. Damn it, I can't believe I have to do this. So, what are my real-time splits? If I'm running at my distance, which is about 13 feet, which is substantially farther than I'm having the viewers run it at, I'm averaging anywhere from 0.75 a shot to 1.5 a shot. If I were to try really, really hard and get perfect reloads, I could still get that in 90 seconds. If I run it at the actual 4 feet that you're supposed to run it at, instead of 13 feet, I typically average about a half second a shot. Sometimes it'll get to about 1 second a shot. I recorded all this to get to know it. This way I was very familiar with how fast people should be running it. I also ran it with only transitioning between targets on my magazine reloads. I would put an entire magazine in one target, then I'd switch mags, go in the next target, then I'd switch mags, go in the next target, switch mags, and go to the next target. Doing it that way, I run about 3 to 5 seconds, or 3 to 5 shots per 1 second. I ran the whole challenge in something like, I think it was a touch over 60 seconds doing it that way. Or right around 60 seconds. I can't remember. I did it right away before I actually even published the rules. Just so I know what it would look like when people run the challenge. At the actual 4 feet, I can do it in 90 seconds. I guess it really doesn't matter now, but I was never going to air that footage before. Because the point of the challenge is to get you guys involved in the shooting community. And me, with the advantages I have, I didn't want to make it look like you suck. I wanted to boost you guys up. Make you feel good. No matter what, I was going to sandbag the challenge. There was no way I was going to win it in the end. It just wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to air any footage where I felt that it couldn't be beat. So I was running just good enough to where I felt like the Joe average person, actually like trying really hard, could in fact beat me. There was no way I was going to air the fastest time. Because I don't want to make you feel like you're less of a shooter or you're not good enough to submit or anything like that, because just submitting your footage, period, is what I want to see. Like you're representing yourself. I can shoot, check it out, I'm doing it publicly. What's up? So, I'm very familiar with the times and exactly how fast this challenge should be run, even with a pro shooter. Like a pro shooter still, they'd be able to hit 90 seconds, going 4 feet apart. But they're not going to be faster than, like, say, 60 seconds. It's just not going to happen. I can do it in 90, so a pro shooter, there's no way they're going to do it faster than 60. So that's what I was looking at. I got all my numbers down before I even did the challenge. Here's another great example of me sandbagging again, because I want you guys to feel good. The point of the challenge isn't to make me look like an awesome shooter that nobody can beat. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get people involved. I want you guys to feel good about it. So my Mel Gibson challenge. Ran this bad boy. As you notice, each and every single hole is exactly the same amount low. Why is that, you may ask? Why wouldn't you just adjust your scope? Because after I got my scope on, I literally backed off an MOA. This way each one would be low. On my very first run, I would have hit all of these dots except for this nose right here. As you can see, it's not low like the rest. It's actually high. I pulled that shot. And then this one right here. As you notice, it's too low. I may have broke the circle, possibly, but it probably would have been a miss. So I would have had 2 misses. And if I would have aired that footage, nobody else would have sent in submissions for that challenge, because they would have just looked at mine. They would have been like, oh, I didn't beat him, so why should I even submit? But if they would have submitted, they would have probably won. So I recorded this way, the first submission, I would put mine in there too, and then just submitting, period, whatsoever, you would be the current winner of the challenge. Because I'm not making the challenges for me to win. I'm making the challenges for you to win. I want you to be able to go and be like, hey, I beat this YouTube shooter, and be happy about it and feel really great about yourself. Like, that is the point. All right, so where am I going with all of this? Well, there's a channel that submitted. I first said in his comments, I'm like, hey, are you sure you're transitioning from target to target? Because he just killed the 90 seconds. I wasn't even like 10 seconds into a shoot, and I already knew that he was cheating. So I put in his comments, in a peaceful way, hoping that he would be like, oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to transition each and every shot. My bad. Let me reshoot it. So he said, yes, this is the comment he posted right here. I'm like, damn it. You're seriously going to go there? So then I waited for him to email me, and I posted this email right here, hoping that he would know that it's stupid obvious he's cheating, and to just be like, oh, my bad, I didn't realize. I was trying to give him an out. I want him to be able to say, oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to transition from target to target to target to target to target. Let me reshoot it, and then I'll submit a submission. But he didn't. Again, he doubled down and was like, yes, I'm transitioning every single shot. I'm like, now you probably might be asking, well, why didn't you just be like, hey, I know you're cheating, I'm not going to air it. Well, I don't know if it's because of the way I dress or if people just want to hate me, but they want to find something wrong. And if you go digging for dirt, you're going to find sand. It's just the way it is. So if I would have just told him, no, you're cheating, he would have jumped on some forum somewhere and said I stole $1,000 for him, and there would have been a group of people that would have believed it, and they would have started hopping in my comments, and I would have had to deal with that for the next year. A great example of this is somebody on a Reddit post once said I was a Fed. Even though they had no proof whatsoever, they said I was a Fed, and no matter what I would say, I could not disprove that. I actually played into it. I even made this thing right here. Because I thought it was so stupid it was hilarious. And then I framed it as my little joke on how stupid they're being. I mean, come on, you can look up my criminal record and see it dates back for years and know that there's no way I'd be able to get a job in any federal agency. I stayed just clean enough to be able to get an FFL. And be able to buy guns. I lucked out. Thank you. I'm glad I lucked out. The next one, with the whole auto key card case. Somebody on a Reddit forum accused me of stealing all the money. And then they accused me of stealing the money that was sent to the shop. So I literally sent them the emails proving I never once had possession of the GoFundMe, that it was Justin's the whole time. GoFundMe wouldn't release it to me, and they ultimately released it to his dad. Literally the emails. They could type in, I showed the email address, this way they knew it was from GoFundMe. And then I showed them my PayPal screenshots of me taking the money that was sent to the shop and putting it on his GoFundMe, and then I even took screenshots of his GoFundMe with that money on there. Because I was holding on to the money because it was supposed to go into his dad's bank account. His dad said if he wasn't able to get a bank account set up, just put it on GoFundMe. GoFundMe was going to be shut down, I believe, July 25th if his dad didn't take possession of it. So on July 26th, that's when I took the money people sent to me to the shop and put it on his GoFundMe. Even though I have overwhelming proof that that is not the case, there is still a group of people out there that think, one, I'm a Fed. Two, I stole all the money from Justin's GoFundMe, even though I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I didn't. And if this guy were to come out and jump on some sort of Reddit forum without me making this video, there would be another group of people that think I stole roughly $1,000 from someone. Because the prizes are this proof research barrel, roughly $1,000, or you can pick from this aim point, roughly $1,000, or I have a shotgun that I'll probably let them pick from too, which is right around $600. So that's why I had to make this video. Now let's look at his footage, and you will see why I know for a fact he's cheating. First, we're going to take a look at mine. Not mine, other footage I have aired. As you notice in all of these, you can see the person rocking from side to side as they're switching targets. The guy up in this part right here, where I have the little arrow, he actually measured it, and it's 4 feet. So the guy can't say that, oh, it's because my target's closer than yours. His is exactly 4 feet apart, and you can still see his shoulders rocking from side to side. Now let's take a look at his footage, played in fast forward, just like I played that. As you notice, you do not see his bipod moving from side to side. I'll put a hard point on the barrel. You don't see the barrel shifting from side to side, and you sure as shit don't see his shoulders rocking from side to side. Now let's compare these footages side by side. As you notice, everybody is rocking from side to side. As you notice, he's about as stone still as a statue. Not moving whatsoever at all. And it really pisses me off that he's cheating on this and I have to do this video, and I have to expose the fact that I've been sandbagging the whole entire time, because that's not it just ruined the whole challenge. Now when people submit the challenge, they're going to be like, well, that kind of sucks. I wish I could beat CRS Firearms. And before I had it set up so they totally could beat me. And now everybody knows that I've been sandbagging, and it just looks bad. You've killed the fun of this whole entire challenge single-handedly. Why couldn't you have just taken the peaceful resolution? When I commented on your video, you should have been like, wow, it's that obvious I'm cheating? Maybe I should just reshoot it or delete this video. Or even when I emailed you, why didn't you be like, oh, yeah, oh, sorry, you know, I didn't realize that I had to transition from target to target. I thought I could just put a mag in a target, a mag in a target, a mag in a target, and a mag in a target. And I would totally let this go. If you would have ran a time that would have lost, I would have let it go, I would have aired it, I wouldn't have even brought it up. But the fact of the matter is, C308 is the current winner, and if I don't point out the fact that I know for a fact this guy is cheating, he's going to be taking about $1,000 away from him. So you're not cheating the competition, you're cheating C308. And that guy worked really hard. He went to the range constantly. He tried a whole bunch of different weapons. He put in the work. He is the rightful winner of the contest as of right now. If you guys want to submit and you can beat him, then you will be. But he put in the work. I'm not going to let somebody that's cheating steal from him, because you're not stealing from me. No matter what, somebody's getting this stuff. That's a fact. You're stealing from him. If you were stealing from me, like say you were the only one that submitted, I wouldn't even say anything about you cheating. I would just give you the prize just because I like it that we're involving more people into the shooting community. I'm sorry I had to post this out publicly. I'm not going to post your channel name because I don't want a bunch of people to attack you. But I didn't have a choice, because that's exactly what would have happened. If I would have just emailed you and been like, dude, I know you're cheating. Just stop it. You would have went on some Reddit forum or something, and there would have been a whole mob of people saying how I stole money from this guy, or I ripped him off, or I was stealing from him, or I'm all bullshit, and I'm just nothing but talk, and I'm not giving the prizes away. They would have believed it, and I would have got attacked viciously again for like the third time for no reason whatsoever. I do shit that people can attack me for. I give them plenty of reasons. I just don't like it when I'm getting attacked for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, I'd really like to see you guys submit to this challenge. The rules are right here if you'd like to submit. Otherwise, I got the Mel Gibson challenge if you don't want to drop that much ammunition. I know I said that I already did this. I'm just deleting that footage. That will no longer exist. So it doesn't matter what I did or did not do. All you have to do is submit a challenge. Even if you don't hit a single one, because it's a time challenge. Just submitting a challenge because nobody else has submitted, you're automatically the winner. So somebody would have to beat you at that point. Even if you put all the shots right there. You didn't hit a single mark. You would still be the winner because you're the first submission. Anyway, sorry for this terrible, nasty video. If you'd like to help support the channel, I got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. Just by clicking on those links, even if you don't purchase what that particular link is for, just clicking on it and doing the Amazon shopping you're already going to do anyway, I get a little kickback for it. Sorry you had to watch it. Don't forget to subscribe.